Where did you get your first big break from?
I got my first agent in 2015. Yeah.
How were you excited about, getting on that, that role?
Yeah. Little Rob, you got the role, blah, blah, blah. Text. I'm going crazy on my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you get to meet 50 Cent?
No, I didn't get to meet him in person, but I remember the first Zoom call.
He was on it?
That we did, yes. He was in there.
But did you have anybody in your family that actually took a creative part?
Yeah, so they come give you exclusive for here.
Where do you normally find yourself based on what you've seen so far? Do you think they are kind of boxing into a certain sector?
Yeah, more towards the villains.
Do you think our movie industry is a flop?
Absolutely not.
Do you think we have the talents in Ghana?
Oh, 100%.
So if you had any historical figure from Africa or Ghana, to be precise, that you would be given to play, which one would you choose?
Kwame Nkrumah.
All right, Stefano.
My guy.
What's good, bro?
In the building. I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling?
I'm great. I'm super excited to have you here, Charlie.
Yeah, def.
I mean, you're just here for a week.
Yeah. I arrived on Monday. I'm out of here next Monday.
So. Why?
Charlie, I go back to school, handle some things. You understand?
Necessary.
So, yeah.
I mean, I'm happy you are here on the GoatTalk podcast, and I think we've been going back and forth about this happening.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, probably if it didn't happen in Ghana, it's going to happen somewhere.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, so I'm happy to have you here. We have Mama Dollar in the cut.
Mama Dollar in the motherfucking cut. Yeah. Shout out Mumsy.
Yeah. I mean, she's always here to support, and I mean, so let's get into it. I know today is going to be quite educative for a lot of people who are going to listen to this eventually, and I know you have a lot to say. I have a lot to ask you, so let's get into it.
Bet.
Fantastic. So, I mean, I know for sure Stefan is known as the Hollywood guy now. I mean, anywhere you pass, anyone who knows us, watch any of your stuff knows that you are the guy in Hollywood. How does it feel to be here? I mean, as the Ghana boy who's now known for this.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good to be recognized for all the hard work that you're putting in. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would say I'm the Hollywood guy yet, but we go get there
eventually.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it feels good. It feels nice because Charlie, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, a lot of rejection. So yeah.
I mean, is this something that you always saw coming through for you? Was this the vision setting out, in your career as a young man?
Yeah.
Was this the vision?
I wouldn't. No, it wasn't always a vision. So when I first got the acting bug, it was I was 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah. I watched Ace Ventura with Jim Carrey, When Nature Calls. I don't know if you've ever seen that. So yeah,
probably, maybe.
Yeah, when I was watching that film, Charlie, I was just everything this guy they do, I do this for free to terrorize my family or make them laugh. You understand? So that's where it started from. So I was like, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
And then just over the years, you just hear people be like, oh, I don't think it's possible.
Right.
So then in the back of my head, I was like, maybe I could be a journalist. I just
right.
be like, Stefan Holdbrook, this is CNN.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like,
it probably would have worked.
Yeah, I could do that. But then after a while, I think when I finished high school, I got into this deep depression. You understand?
Whoa.
I couldn't get into college. My paperwork wasn't right.
Right.
I was working at a job that I hated. So I feel like with all of that going on, that's what really propelled me to be like,
right. Something must happen.
Yeah, something must happen. I'm going after this. I need to find some sort of joy and happiness, and then that's what really made me.
That's what really. Yeah. But before we go into the main story of how you became Stefan Holdbrook that we all know. I mean, so tell me about your story. Where did it all begin? Where did you grow up? How was it growing up? What was the vibe like?
Yeah. So I was born in South London, Croydon.
Okay.
I was there till I was 5, and then I moved to Ghana.
I didn't know you were there till 5.
Yeah. So it was 5, then I came to Ghana, and growing up, it was really good. My mother was was very loving and affectionate. But the one thing we should know to play about be school.
Right.
You understand? So, and I always struggled with school. You understand?
Right.
Like, whatever the teacher was teaching, I just didn't care. Like,
was it just like a loss of interest, or you just didn't?
So, I think it was like 80% loss of interest, but
right.
like 20%, I was just like, man, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Right.
I don't. Yeah. And then
and once that started, I think you just couldn't find your feet in school. Is that was the case?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Like once that started, was it like you couldn't find your feet in school anymore after that?
So I would always try, you know, because when the report card would get back home and my mom would see the report card and she's crying and stuff, and I'll say,
you made her cry?
Charlie. And this is the person I love the most in the world, you know, so I'll be like, Charlie, you know what, like, I'm going to focus, I'm going to do this. Charlie, I'll try for 1 week. After the 1 week, no, I'm like, I can't do this.
You can't do this. It was just not working.
Yeah, I found more interest in, like, maybe just watching a show or a film or playing games. Like you know, something that was a bit more.
You were more with the outdoor experience of, you know, just run around school and everything.
The school then turns out just like...
But did you have anybody in your family that actually took a creative path? Like,
so they come give you exclusive for here. Right. So a lot of people don't know, my grand uncle was super OD.
Oh.
Yeah, but I didn't find out till like later on in life. Like, that was my grandma's brother. So
like legit.
Oh. So yeah, Charlie.
I mean, it had to fall on somebody.
Yeah. So they're taking me. I was like, I'll take it.
You take it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow. So so then that didn't inspire you to become Stefan. No. That means it was probably instinctive. Like you said, stuff were not going right. You just felt like, you know, something must happen.
Yeah.
And so who introduced you to your first role? Was it like you did should I say, a stage play, or what happened?
Yeah, so I remember, like, for Ghana, like, they'll do, like, school plays and stuff. Okay. And Charlie, like, just the small things I would do, the reactions I would get, I was just like, I think I can do this. I think there's something there. You understand? So it was like from that little things, and then just like how I could do impressions for people or just make people just laugh.
Right.
Just like, Charlie.
So your first audience was your classmates?
Yeah, my classmates. My mom.
Right.
She was. Bro, every time she's obsessed or something, I'm like, I gotta make her laugh. So I go do something, bro, and she's laughing. Yeah. So she really gave me my first, like, cosign, like,
you're good.
Yeah, you can do this. So,
and I think it just, you know, sparked something in you.
Yeah, 100%.
That's serious. That's serious. I mean, when you grew up in Ghana, obviously Ghana is a land of, people say opportunities.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the part of, you know, acting, I don't think the opportunities are that, you know, there. So what happened? What happened? How did you get to the States? What happened?
Yeah. So my bad. So my dad lives in the States.
Right.
I lived with my mom for like most of my life. So she was like, well, why don't you go to the States and, you know, go stay with your dad and see how that is. And in the back of my mind, I was kind of like, well, yeah, I should, because I wanna act.
Right.
So I feel like that's the best
so
place.
That was actually an inner motivation for
Yeah. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go do it. So then I just moved there. I moved in with my dad, and I told him I wanted to act. And then, you know, my dad was just like, I don't think he saw it possible. Yeah, but he was like, so he took me to some classes in New York. I would do some classes, like, I think twice a month.
Okay.
And then I did that for like a year. And then it kind of
picked from there.
No, it kind of died down because I was in high school then.
Right.
I had
you had schoolwork to do.
Yeah. So it kind of like died down after that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was your first experience like? Was it like proper stage play?
So my first experience was a web series.
Web series, okay.
Yeah, that I shot in the States. It was like very low budget, like. But I just remember being on the set, and I was just like, bro, like the feeling, even though everything was low budget, like, but when I was on set,
Something took over.
Bro, the feeling I was feeling, I was just like, yo, this is what I'm meant to do. Like,
For real?
Bro, everything was just clicking. I was like, yeah, this is it. Like, I'm not turning around after this. This is it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, people actually, it takes people a lot of like years to get to this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people, for example, you know, Serena Williams and her sister, I won't say they chose their path. Daddy had a vision, and they followed that path that Dad set for them. We have people like Tiger Woods, that sets up like a whole system for him. He follows. But most people in our world, right, have to wait till they're maybe 30 before they find their passion. But find yours at
8.
Do you think that kind of like prepared you well for what it is that you're going through now?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you have enough time to process your thoughts.
Yeah.
For most
a lot
people,
of years,
you're just touching a lot of stuff, and then eventually something just picks
up. Yeah,
but
so
you chose that this was what I wanted
100%.
to do.
100%. So I was kind of glad that I wasn't interested in school, or I sucked in school, because then I would have been like, oh well, everyone's telling me it's not possible, so it's kind of like, let me just be a doctor or an engineer, you know, something that's more realistic. So so that being in the back of my head, like, I really, really love this, and me going through that depression, and then finally being like, yeah, I think I'm going after this. Yeah. It was good for me. It was good for me.
I'm glad it ended up, you know, being a good thing for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it all works together for your good.
Yeah. There's still a lot of work to do, but Charlie,
I mean, we never stop.
Yeah.
We never stop.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
We never stop. So,
Facts.
Let's get into the path that you took, right, as an actor. Obviously, we've seen movies growing up. We've seen amazing movies being produced both locally and internationally, right? Is that you mentioned Ace Ventura, right?
Yeah. When Nature Calls specifically.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Are there any other movies that I kind of like saw that kind of, you know, caught your interest?
Yeah. So I also saw the Rush Hour movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Chris Tucker.
Yeah. I think you and Chris Tucker could actually do a role together. You know, I mean, hey, Chris, if you're listening to this, you should get my boy on,
man.
Yeah.
But so like, so growing up, because I was able to make people laugh a lot, I was just like, yeah, I think I would do like more comedic acting. Yeah. Okay. But then as I got older, I saw films like Inception or Training Day. I was like, the stories here are like better, so I feel like I need to tap more into drama. So like, yeah, it was just from there, and then I was like,
right. I know to get into Hollywood, right? It takes a lot to get into it, because obviously this is like the mecca of, you know, stage acting, movies, camera, lights, everything. That's where everybody is.
Yeah.
Where did you get your first big break from?
Yeah, so
take me through the story. Who do you meet first? What happened? Take me through the whole
So
thing.
To like get auditions for like TV shows and films, the big ones, you need a SAG franchise agent. So that's like the acting union over there.
Okay.
So when you go into those, then they can get you auditions for like TV and film.
Okay, so that's like a body that kind of is like a union?
Yeah. It's a union. So I got my first agent in 2015. 2015, yeah. And then I've been auditioning, and I wasn't booking anything. This is my first agent too, so I'm thinking in my head, Charlie, like, if I don't book something, she's gonna drop me.
Right.
She's gonna drop me. And then for a year, didn't book anything, and then finally I booked this one show called 6 Degrees of Murder.
Okay.
Which is on the ID channel, Investigation Discovery.
Right.
So I remember, bro, this is my first time ever being on like TV. So I remember when the episode was coming out, I tell nobody, bro. I was like, I'm not telling anyone.
Legit.
Because I was so nervous. I was like,
you're not sure.
I'm not sure how it's gonna look, how I'm gonna sound.
So you might as well just keep it to yourself.
Keep it to myself.
If it doesn't do well,
yeah.
Nobody knew.
Yeah. So I watched the episode. After the episode was over, I was just like, man, I was built for this. I I was built for this. So I took a picture. I take for Facebook. I'm like,
yo, I think I remember.
Yeah, bro.
I think I remember something like that.
Yeah. So I posted it. I was like, yeah, everyone look, blah blah blah. But that was like that show was a non-union show, so it wasn't really primetime television.
Right.
So for primetime, my first role on there was Chicago Fire.
Okay.
And this was like a guest star. And I remember.
How many episodes were you on?
Just the one.
Okay.
But the episode revolved around my character.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was major for me because a lot of people when they first star in their first primetime television, like a quick co-star, like maybe 2 lines and then you're done. But for me, it was like revolving.
So if let's say that episode was a movie, you were the main star in that episode.
I wouldn't say the main, but
you're the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember like I did the audition. When I got the audition, the character's name was Mateo. It's like, this is a Spanish name. I'm definitely not gonna get this audition. Yeah. Dominican. But see, yeah. So I went in. I did the audition.
Yeah.
When I did the audition, the casting director was like, "Oh, you have to dial it back. It's a bit too aggressive." So I remember leaving the audition. I was like,
your spirit was a bit down.
Yeah, I messed it up. Whatever. Like, and the character's name is Mateo. I'm definitely not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Charlie, I didn't know. Like 3 days or like a week later, they were like, "Oh yeah, we want to offer you the role of." Bro, I ran out the house and I was screaming like,
can you imagine?
My brain burst.
You're on a different
level, yeah,
bro.
Yeah. So they flew me out to Chicago. I did the show for a day, and then I came back.
The whole superstar treatment.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Wow.
Man. Yeah.
Wow. So on sets for Chicago Fire, did you meet any like actors that you've probably admired from afar?
Yeah.
You're like, yo, like it's crazy to see this person in the same room with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
talk to me about that.
So I met oh God, I'm forgetting her name. But I think her name was Melissa.
Right.
She was on Teen Wolf. She was the main character's
like original
mom. Yeah,
Teen Wolf. Yeah. Okay.
She was the main character's mom on there.
Oh.
And then I remember like when I was on set, I kept looking at her, and then she was like, she came up to me. She was like, "Hey, how are you? How you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm good. Like, my name is Stefan. You look so familiar to me. Were you on Teen Wolf?" And she was like, "Yeah, I was." But she was very welcoming. She took a picture with me, and then she was like, "Oh, how long are you here for?" I said, "Just a day." And then she just said some kind words, and then yeah,
very very nice.
Yeah. It was dope. Dope.
that probably sets you up for like, okay, I mean, I'm here. I think I'm welcomed like by 100%. The people here 100%. and whatnot. So I mean, we look at Stefan, right? For example, I know definitely when you're going for an audition.
Yeah.
So you were saying something about having an agent.
Yeah.
How does that work? Was it like the agent comes in to become a manager of some sort?
No.
Or they put you in the rooms?
Yeah, so agents, they just put you in a room.
Okay.
I have 3 agents and a manager, but my agents all work under one company. Okay. So agents will just get you in the room. A manager is more hands-on, like, I think we need to do this to tweak your resume, or like do this role because this XYZ is going to happen. Agents just get you in the room. They're not really speaking to you or having conversations with you.
Right. So they open the door, and then you have to do the work. Right. So the manager is supposed to check, compensation, check, how much you're earning for the role. All of those stuff.
Yeah, and agents do that as well.
Okay. Like so they negotiate on your behalf.
Yeah, they negotiate on your behalf as well.
Okay.
So it's just like, managers are more. It's a more intimate thing. Yeah, day to day. Exactly. That's the perfect.
Right. So currently you have an agent?
Yeah, I do. I have. I'm with Bowles, Winnett's and Associates. Shout out the team. I love y'all. And my manager is Maddie.
Maddie. Okay.
Yeah, Maddie came at a time where I was feeling lost in my career. So shout out to you, Maddie. I fucking love you. Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, that's great. That's great. So when it comes to Stefan, do you lean towards more of the superhero type of character, or you're more the mellow, or you're more like into the antagonist type?
So I wouldn't say like I play like one type of of character. I can play anybody or anyone. It just really depends on the story, the character I'm auditioning for. Even sometimes if an audition comes in, they want me to audition for like this character A. Right. When I read character C's profile, I'm like, I tell my team, like, no, tell them I want to audition for C instead.
Oh, so you can negotiate for what you want based on what you see.
Yeah, it doesn't always work. Sometimes I'll be like,
make it known.
Yeah, who are you? Tell me that. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes it will be like, okay, he can try and see.
Right.
But yeah.
Right,
so
right.
I could definitely play anybody. Just depends. I've played more aggressive roles because, I mean, that's the thing, too, with being black.
Right.
Like
a stereotype?
They like to try and put you in a certain type of box.
Right.
But I'm not worried about that because as I continue to grow and show what I can do, I'll definitely break whatever box they try and put me in.
I mean, we believe in you, bro.
Yeah. My guy.
I mean, yeah. So we look at the industry as a whole. Growing up, some of the movies I loved was The Godfather.
Yeah.
All 3 parts. Well, people have something they say about the third one, but I think the first 2 were classic masterpieces. And I look at something like Scarface, and I know most recently I think even The Great Gatsby.
Okay.
So let's take it back to even those movies in the 70s and 80s, right? I noticed some of these movies have stuck with us till now. Some of these movies are 50 years old, 40 years old, but with our era having innovation, machine, AI and everything, I don't think some of these movies are topping some of those movies
from back in the day.
Do you think it's the style of acting that was there? Do you think it was the systems they used, or was this a pure talent that existed in that time?
So I think it's a combination of talent and story.
Right.
I think stories.
So you don't think we have better stories in our time?
No, there are some great stories. I think maybe we have some classics that we've done in this time, but we won't know until maybe 20 years or 30 years down the line. We think back and be like, nah,
that was a good movie.
Like a film like that for me is Inception. The whole concept of Inception was crazy to me, bro. I was like, hey, this Christopher Nolan guy, what they going for in Head Inside? So I think that's one of those. So yeah, I think. And I think what the problem is now, there's a lot of like content being pushed out.
Right. So it gets drowned.
Yeah.
I mean, even great content is getting drowned because of the mass, outflow of content.
There's so much to watch. Like even my Netflix watch list, I don't know if I go
you probably can't finish in your lifetime.
Bro. There's so much. But I think we definitely have some classics.
I mean, so we look at it from that perspective, right? And we look at the actors from those days.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular you kind of like, try to emulate in their style of acting? Or you have a series of actors that you pick and choose and mix their styles together to make yours unique?
So there are like actors that like inspire and motivate me. So
tell me about them.
Yeah, Denzel Washington.
I know definitely Denzel has to be on that list.
The guy.
That guy's a legend, bro.
Yeah.
Legend.
So it's him, Benedict Cumberbatch. He played Doctor Strange on the Marvel films.
Okay.
John Bernthal, Dylan O'Brien, and then Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Yeah. So there are a lot of...
That guy is good.
Bro.
I think he's underrated.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's underrated.
Actually, I can see that a little bit.
I think he's underrated.
Yeah.
Like, he needs more, like, flowers.
Yeah.
That guy is... I mean, I watched Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those late guys who came to Breaking Bad. I think I watched Breaking Bad 2 years ago.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was not there to see the early... when it was first released.
Yeah.
So I was able to watch the entire... I think, how many seasons were they? 7?
6 or 7. Yeah.
I was able to watch everything together. And it was... incredible seeing how the character would change from the good professor or the good teacher to becoming the villain that he was. And looking at the range of Bryan, I don't think there are many like him.
Yeah.
Would you say?
No, definitely not. And he's one of those actors where it's like when I watch his performance, I'm like, oh, he keeps me on my toes.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, this these are people where it's either I want to be mentioned in the same conversation as them, or I'm
way beyond.
Or I pass them. Yeah. You understand?
You're gone.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But looking at Denzel, right? I know Denzel probably is passing the torch to people like Damson Idris.
Yeah, Damson Idris. And
the rest. Do you think it's
Michael
that good?
B. Jordan. You know what? I think.
Because I mean, the girls like him.
Oh yeah, the ladies love him. Yeah. I think
I don't know if that's clouds the work in itself.
Yeah.
Or he's just like a flash in the pan here today, gone tomorrow. Or do you think he's going to contend for the level of legend in the industry?
Yeah. So with Damson, I haven't really watched too much of his stuff.
Right.
But from clips that I've seen. I'll say he's pretty good.
He's good.
Yeah. So, and the question about him maybe making legendary status, I'm not sure because I'm not really following the trajectory of his. Yeah. But from the clips I've seen, I think he's tough. I think he'll make it.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, Stefan, let's go into the real work that you do, right?
Yeah.
In terms of acting, how do you prepare for a character? I mean, definitely you said you get the scripts, you check out what's all about, but how do you put yourself in that mental frame to become the character? Because I know definitely great actors are able to make it hard for us, the viewers, to determine whether they are truly that character or not. For example, we look at people like Harry Potter. Some of the characters in there, people think they are like the characters in there.
Yeah.
Look at movies like Game of Thrones. And we see some of these characters have become lifelong, villains.
Yeah.
Because wherever they go, people always think they are that bad.
Yeah.
On your end, how do you prepare to be a part of the movie and really become that character, like embody it, through and through? How do you do it?
So with me, it just depends on the character that I'm playing. Like for Raising Kanan, like he's supposed to be this drug dealer, and I've known people that sell drugs or and that are in that world. So it's characters like that. They're not. I don't need to do like a real deep dive, because I've been around and I've seen how they act and mannerisms and all of that. So for the most part, for the roles that I've done, I just let the scripts
tell you what to do.
Guide me. Yeah, just give me like an idea. Like I'll read what the lines are, but I need more of like an idea of what's going on. So as of right now, the script. When I play a character where I'm like, I really need to go into something deep, then I'll let y'all know.
Yeah. But we see characters change, obviously, evolve from one time they are a villain, tomorrow they are, shall I say, the superhero in the movie, right? Where do you normally find yourself based on what you've seen so far? Do you think they are kind of boxing into a certain circle?
Yeah, more towards the villains. I don't know. It's like I said, it's just, I think being black, especially in this industry starting out, you're gonna have to play roles like that.
Right.
You know what I mean, to get your feet wet. I've auditioned for roles where it wasn't aggressive characters. I was auditioning for, like, I've auditioned to play a boxer, I've auditioned to play a soldier. So it just all depends. But if you're black and you're starting out,
it has its own challenges with it.
Yeah, you're gonna play them hood niggas, man. You're gonna play them. Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna play it? Is it Mexican?
No, for real. So yeah.
You're gonna get white, very white guy playing hood nigga. I mean, it's hard to get them to. I mean, I'm not trying to. Hey, I'm not trying to pin it on anybody, but
it's true. It's true though. So
yeah.
you're gonna have to do that, get it out the way, and then as you build your resume and be like, hey, I don't just do this. I could do this and this.
Even I'm told some people actually don't even do auditions at a certain point. In
your
career.
Yeah. When you reach a certain level, the producers they'll offer you a role. They'll be like, yeah, we want to offer you this role because they've seen your work. And there was a situation like that. I did this audition for this film. The casting director was like, "Oh yeah, we love your stuff. The producers want to see you. This was for a film. It was gonna do something big for my career." We're supposed to have a meeting, and then my team reached out to theirs, like, "Hey, we haven't heard anything." And then they were like, "Oh, the person we offered it to, they said they're gonna take the part, so we no longer
give it to you."
Yeah. So it happens. It happens all the time. So just for data grind up and just.
I mean, it's very important.
Yeah.
So recently I just watched. I don't know if it was an interview I watched, but the great producer, or should I say, director, Martin Scorsese, mentioned that CGI and all its movies, like the Marvel movies, are not real cinema, right? What's your take on that? Do you think CGI and AI and all these new innovations is changing how we see films? And are you a big fan of these franchises?
Like, I love the Marvel films. And the superhero stuff, all of that, I love it. And I think him saying that it's not cinema, I disagree with. I don't think he's actually sit down to watch any of these films, because besides the flashy fighting and all that, at its core, there's like a real story with like a lot of heart. That's why people really.
But obviously, if the story's not good, people will not.
We're not gonna
gravitate towards it.
Yeah, but my take on AI in the creative space is I absolutely hate. I hate AI.
Tell me why. Why?
So I feel like with AI, it's kind of like you're taking like a shortcut. So it's not really you doing the art. It's like this generated thing. So it's kind of like, are you really an artist, or is it just like this machine that's just doing this for you?
It's taken away from the real craft.
The real craft, yeah. So I don't respect anything AI generated in art. In any everyday life thing, then cool. But just in art, no, we know they appreciate that. Absolutely not.
I mean, but it's really moving fast. I mean, what do you think the industry can do to curb such stuff?
I have no idea. I think somebody with a bigger brain than me can answer that.
Right.
I don't know if we're going to completely get rid of it, because it is
people
really...
are loving it. I mean, in terms of how easy it is to, create stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, it takes away from the real craftsmanship.
Your
ability to create something from the craft, like from the ground up. Build it up, set it up, and just make this look like the real stuff.
Yeah.
Because you look at movies like, I always reference back to The Godfather. I mean, that's a classic. So
Yeah.
Look at it and you understand that the people in there were there was nothing like that was, AI generated. Nothing. It was real people, real characters, real, should I say, people in the background. Like everything had to look like original. And I think that kind of makes you feel like you're part of that world.
100%.
But if you look at some of these AI stuff, it feels like you're in space. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my take on that.
Yeah. So with like the CGI stuff, like the computer generated stuff, that all that. So if you're telling sort of sci-fi and like just some superhero stuff, you need that. But my problem with AI is like having AI write a story for you. Like you just give the AI ideas and then to generate the whole story for you, and then you come and sell it to us and be like, oh yeah, this is my baby. That's just what I can't get down with, because I can't respect that, because you didn't put the work in, to like you're saying about the Godfather, like everyone put the work in. There was nothing assisted. And it's standing the test of time.
It's really, I think there's a movie that I'll probably see our kids watching.
Yeah.
And there's going to be like those lifetime movies for life.
Yeah.
I mean, the characters that play the movie, I think 80% of them are gone, if I should say. There's a few of them are alive. So it looks like this is a masterpiece for our human race.
Definitely.
If you look at it from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Now we look at the role that you played in Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you played a role in Luke Cage.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Yeah, so I got the audition
because I know Luke Cage is under Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember when I got the audition from my agent, it was like, oh, it's Marvel and it's undisclosed. I was like, what?
Marvel?
Yeah, I was undisclosed. I was super into it. So I was like,
those are two words that
bro, crazy.
Did you sound like an NDA or something?
Yeah, I did. Okay. So I did the audition, and then I left. I felt really good about the audition. And then my agent said the casting are asking for my dates, like when I'm available. I told her the dates, but I didn't want to get too excited because you could tell them the dates and then you don't hear anything back.
Right.
So I think 3 days after she asked me about that, they sent an email like, "Oh yeah, we want to offer him the role."
Bro, it's lit.
Boss. It's just moments.
Energy was different,
bro. Because in this career I've chosen, you audition. They're like, no.
I don't think people actually know how crazy the rejection rate is in this industry.
Yeah.
I mean, in other industries, obviously, in sales you get rejection. Yeah. But in your world, I think the rejection is high.
It's super high, bro. I can't even tell you the number of auditions that I've done.
How do you handle the rejection though?
As of now, it's just kind of like
part of it.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me, If I give a performance and I love the performance, and sometimes I'll show it to my mom, because she'll let me know if something was terrible or if it was good. So if I love it, she loves it, my sister loves it, I don't get it. Then you people have made a mistake. Yeah, I did my best, and that's all that matters, because it's like, as long as I gave it my absolute best, because there are most times when a casting director likes the performance, she'll send you to producers, but the producers will pick somebody else. Or maybe I was too tall, or like, there's so many different variables that go into
aspects to it.
Yeah,
that's,
but
hidden.
As long as you give a good performance, they'll call you to come back again for something else. Like, come audition for this part, or we want you to audition for this.
So I know for sure the industry that you find yourself is a human industry. Obviously, in every human industry, there's politics, right? Certain people get roles because of who they know or who they're affiliated to. Have you ever had an experience where, your process was fueled by a connection, or maybe it was stalled because you didn't know somebody within the production house? Talk to me about experiences like that.
Yeah, so as of right now, no. All the things I've booked, it was just straight off the audition that I did. I've not really had like a connection to. Actually, I'm lying. So I did this independent film that I shot in Vegas.
Right.
So my manager, one of her clients, said he was offered this role in this film, but he doesn't feel like he's a good fit for the role. So my manager sent me the script. I read like 10 pages. I told my manager, listen, I need to do this film today. Yeah.
This was meant for you.
Meant for me, yeah. So shout out to the director, Gilbert Cuevas. The film should be coming out this year.
Oh.
It's Showdown in the Neon Sun. And bro,
fantastic.
The concepts.
I can't wait.
Bro.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So that's the only situation where there was like a connection. But apart from that, everything has just been like auditions. Right. Yeah.
Stefan, is there any movie around, or maybe that has been produced many years before you were even born, that you felt like, this movie was meant for me, but I was not born in that era to play that role? Is there any movie that you wish you were part of? Is there anything, like, tell me about it? Like, is there anything like that you look at this movie like, damn, I think this character was meant for me. I just wasn't born in the right time or something?
You know what? I feel like there have been moments like that where I'll see like a character and be like, I should have played this.
You think you could have given it your best? This could have been like your real, like.
Yeah. So there's a lot that's like, I'm not able to remember, but this, I wasn't born before this, but this role in particular, I don't know if you watched Luther with Idris Elba. Where he plays a detective. And
I think I have, yeah.
Bro, that role.
The main role?
Yeah, the main role.
Right.
I'm just like, see.
I don't know why you like detective roles.
I do. I love that. Yeah. So, a fun fact. So, before I started to pursue acting, I said to myself, well, if I don't pursue acting, I'll just like go into law enforcement and become a homicide detective. Like,
Oh,
because I was
really?
really like into that, like
Into that,
into that world.
yeah.
So that's why playing a detective is like,
It kind of feels natural to you.
Yeah.
Like it fits with your alter ego.
yeah. So I think that role I would have definitely. And then Black Panther, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Right.
But yeah, I would have murdered that shit.
Yeah. Bro, that would have mean you had to go to the gym and
get
in
bulk
shape.
up, yeah. But
I mean that's serious. That's serious.
yeah.
So let's talk about obviously should I say arguably your biggest role yet. That was in Power.
Yeah.
Raising Kanan.
Yeah.
Bro.
That was
If you've not
crazy.
seen it, you need to see it.
Yeah,
I mean that was an incredible, piece of work.
Yeah.
That you put in. Talk to me about Power. The whole world, the Power world. How did they get in touch with you?
Yeah.
How were you excited about, getting on that, that role?
Yeah. So it's so crazy. So the year before I booked Power, I had to take a break for like a whole year.
Right.
Because I had like a keloid. I don't know if you guys could look at this keloid scar here.
Right.
So there was like a really big
one. Right.
So I remember I used to go to my auditions and then I would give the performance, but then it would be like, they're not sure. The casting director like, well, could you just stay in this angle, just kind of cheat it out. So my manager suggested that I should get surgery to get it removed.
Right.
So when I was gonna go get the surgery, I was on my dad's insurance, but then it cut off or something, so I couldn't get insurance until like a year.
Whoa! So you had to wait.
So yeah, my manager was like, "Well, then we can't audition for anything because if you keep going into these auditions, with this
It's a
song,
waste of time then. Yeah.
And it's gonna shoot myself in the foot, bro." So I had to sit out a whole year, bro. Frustration, anger, sadness, sitting and waiting, bro. So after I got the surgery, I told my manager, "Yo, I'm back.
I'm back, bro.
I'm back, baby." So she got me the audition for Power. That was my first audition back.
It was straight out of that.
Yeah. Got the audition. I went into the room. You know what I mean? I already had a lot of pent up, so I went in there like I did the performance. I left, and then like a week later, I remember I was in the gym, and then my manager texted me. She was like, "Little Rob, you got the role, blah, blah, blah." I'm going crazy on my phone, Charlie. I remember I just put the weights down. I just started crying, bro. Bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's one of like the beautiful things about life in general. Sometimes you just feel like you're just rock bottom, and then Charlie, God will be like, "Would you J? Would you?"
With the edge,
yeah, just take it. Just take this. So like, yeah.
Right.
So it's a real.
That was in 2020?
That was in 2020. Yeah.
Right. COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I remember we booked, and then we couldn't shoot for like months because of this whole COVID thing. And then yeah. But when we got to shooting, I was just like, this is gonna be special.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you get to meet 50 Cent?
No, I didn't get to meet him in person, but I remember the first like Zoom call.
He was on it?
That we did, yes. He was in there. So I remember I took my phone. I was in the corner.
You're like, let me take a snap. Hey, you have to to the family group.
Yeah,
and let them know,
yeah.
Hey, it's happening, bro.
Said, Charlie, like, yo, I'm in.
I'm lit.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So I only met him on Zoom call, but I never met him in person.
Right.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm sure he noticed your character. I think he did a repost.
Yeah, he posted it on his story. I remember.
Yeah,
bro,
and it was about your character.
Yeah. It was my character, and then it was about the scene in the crack house, and then people had been dying from the crack, and he posted on his story. Then Samir say, "Bro, Charlie done post." I said, yo, it's crazy,
bro.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
Wow,
wild. It was a good time.
That's crazy. So the group that actually did Power, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, when you get on sets, you get to meet a lot of actors.
Yeah.
Has there been any situation where you kind of built such a strong like vibe with somebody that in and out of character, you guys are still friends?
Shout out to Sharif Johnson. He plays Damon on the show, and he's also on season 4. So you guys check that out. Me and him were like
this.
Yeah, and that's still my guy to this day, bro. Like we've kept in touch. He's doing amazing. He's doing his thing. He also does stand up as well.
Oh.
London Brown, who plays Marvin on the show too, he was super cool as well.
Right.
And then we were cool, and yeah, bro, like that show was
incredible, bro. Tell me about the incredible performance you did. I think there's one scene where what's the name of the main character?
Kanan.
Kanan, yes,
Yeah.
Kanan actually came and he had given these drug addicts a wrong type of drug.
Yeah.
And it had messed it with them so bad that you had to come in and correct it. Talk me about that performance, because that was, I think, the iconic piece in the whole thing for me.
Yeah, thank you.
That was. I mean, that was it. That was it.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I think that's piece alone, if probably there was enough hype on it, probably would have been collecting an award on that. I mean, because that was an incredible. Oh my God! Tell me about that whole.
I appreciate you. You know what's so crazy about that scene? Like 2 weeks before, like when I got the lines and everything, I couldn't connect with it. I was doing the lines, just when it was coming out of my mouth, pause. It just did not seem natural. You know, I was just like, I can't get this. I'm in the trailer like an hour before my shoot. I'm still looking. I can't get this. So whatever. So when I get into character, I put his clothes on. We get onto set, bro. It's kind of like there's like an energy shift. So when we're there in the crack house in person, and bro, my brain just starts to click. So the line they gave me, I completely changed it. I just went with whatever came into my head at the time, and I just
that was a freestyle.
It was a freestyle. That was on the script where it was like, but your nephew, man, this nigga think he the man, so he did the cooking. That was not on there.
Oh.
That was not on
there. That was that line. That line was actually the iconic line in the whole thing.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because I was thinking, should I go ask the showrunner if I could do this? But I didn't want him to say no. So I was like, once
let me just do it.
Rolling, I said, I'm
if
going
he has
for
to correct you, but at least you're just shooting your shots.
But he didn't say anything. He just said, yeah, let's keep shooting. So I was like, okay. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how God works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, these
bro.
things, the unplanned ones are
for real.
Usually the ones that pick up.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now let's come back to Ghana. Right. Obviously, this is our motherland.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of great movies being produced from the West. Even now, India is really rivaling, should I say, Hollywood, Bollywood, right? And it's crazy. Then the level of talent that's found in India, the level of quality in terms of the movies and the stories they are producing.
Yeah.
Now in Africa, should I say Ghana to specific? We have stories like the Yasantua story. We have stories about even our own Osajefo, Kwame Nkrumah. But we don't have that movie for them. That we don't have a story out there for them. We don't have that big budget movie or our Black Panther moment, if I should say, for the Ghana movie industry, or even our stories.
Yeah.
What do you think could be the issue? Looking at it from outside in.
I don't know if the stories are a problem, because I think we have some great stories. I think it's just the production budget. That's just not.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's just not translating. At least I haven't seen anything where I was like, oh, this looks really, really, really good. I remember I saw this one film like on Twitter that was made in Ghana. Like, it looked amazing in production and everything, but I don't think it ever came out. They just made a trailer for it and it was done. So, or it can also be like we've done the story and the production was good, but it just didn't get the traction that it needed. So I think, like with everything in life, we just have to keep putting out the content.
So do you think our movie industry is a flop?
Absolutely not.
I think comparing with the likes of the Nollywood. Which is doing crazy work now.
Yeah, they're doing. If we're comparing to Nollywood, then we get work to do. But yeah, I just think.
Do you think we have the talents in Ghana?
Oh, 100%. Now, me, I be Ghana boy. You don't understand.
I mean, you are, but you have had some Western influence on you. I mean,
I think regardless of that,
right.
talent is definitely 100% here, and I think, like, for our culture, you understand, if you say you want to be an actor, look at you like I didn't wait Jimmy.
There's always this look down on you type of thing.
So definitely is there, but they're like, maybe they don't have the courage to be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and see. But the talent is 100% here. It's 100% here.
So if you had any historical figure from Africa or Ghana, to be precise, that you would be given to play, which one would you choose? Any historical figure?
Kwame Nkrumah. I make serious. Kwame Nkrumah I would love to play. 100%. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. One day, like, when my career officially booms and I start my own production company, we will come here, then put the story together. Then really,
I think we are losing these stories as we grow. I mean, the people who actually saw Kwame Nkrumah, I think most of them are old now.
Yeah.
We never saw Kwame Nkrumah. We never experienced what they did experience. So I think the only way we can keep these stories is sometimes through film, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Keeping these stories alive.
100%.
Because I know Denzel did one for Malcolm X. You had Will Smith doing one for Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are celebrating their heroes.
Yeah.
We don't do that yet.
Yeah.
And I think with time, we might have these stories,
disappear if we don't do something. Yeah. So definitely, if I'm not the one doing something about it, I know there's someone out there that's definitely trying to do something about it. But yeah, we got the stories here, bro. Like we have the talent as well. So it's just a matter of time, I think.
I know that the movie industry is obviously, should I say, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, obviously.
Yeah.
Heading into the trillions now.
Yeah.
Do you ever see Ghana coming to a point where we also have our, level of industry, at that
like
level?
Toe and toe with Hollywood?
I won't say that.
Okay.
I mean, Hollywood is, but at least we can boast of it. Because obviously we have our raw materials being our greatest exports.
Yeah.
Do you ever see Ghana movie industry becoming a great export for the Ghanaian,
Yeah, I think so.
community?
I mean, I think Nollywood is definitely on their way there.
That's Nigeria.
Yeah, if they're not there already. So I think definitely Gollywood, we can definitely, I think we can get there. It's just we need to make the right business decisions. And
right. So it's mostly about business decisions.
And then getting the right people in front and behind the camera, I think. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and do you have any actors in Ghana that you're currently like looking at and saying, like, okay, this guy has what it takes to be in Hollywood too?
There was this one guy that I watched. He passed away. I can't for the life of me remember his name, but
he was that good.
Hey, bro. But he wasn't speaking English though. He was speaking Tree.
Oh, I think I remember. He was
Do you
like
remember,
a
like,
pastor.
No. I know it was about him, about his wife telling his mother to leave that.
I know the guy.
What's his name?
I've forgotten his name. I think I remember the name later, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's tall, thick.
Yeah.
I know that guy. Yeah. no, and that's
But
it.
bulky. Yeah.
No, he's bulked up.
Yeah. So, bro, when I saw that scene, that's when I was like, nah, talent de Ghana.
Yeah.
Bro, the way the conviction in his voice, how he delivered the lines, I was like, yeah.
This is the
they here. Like, it's here. When I saw him and I saw he passed away, it really upset me because I was like, one day when I'm more like established, I want to come to him and be like, oh, yo, let's do this film together. I'm sure there's more people out there. I just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll ask these a few questions. I think we can call it a day.
Yeah.
Give me your top 5 movies of all time.
Jesus.
Okay, you know what? Let me make it tough for you.
Okay.
In the correct order.
Damn, I don't know if I could do it in order, but I'll say Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Training Day.
Right. It's hard.
It's hard.
You have 3 more to go.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible film. Charlie, let's cap it at 3.
So these are the top 3.
These are my top
Inception, Training Day.
Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
That's a good list. I would have probably sneaked in A Great Gatsby there, but
yeah.
I love that movie. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's a story.
It was good. It was really good.
Was great, and I think Leonardo did incredible work. That guy is a legend to me. Like, I mean, I'm sure when he's gone one day, we'll probably look back at his movies and think like this guy was good.
Definitely,
like he was that good.
I don't. There's no role I've seen where he didn't kill it.
I think he doesn't. One thing he doesn't do is bad roles. Like, his roles are on point, and he does great roles.
Yeah,
right. So, Stefan, I want you to just give a word to any Ghanaian kid that might be watching this, or anyone in Africa, if I should say.
Yeah.
Because obviously we are speaking from Africa to the world. What would you tell them when it comes to chasing their dreams? Because obviously this has been a pursuit that has been, should I say, taking a better portion of your life.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who's also trying to do the same thing?
Yeah. So what I would say to you guys is, you trying to pursue this craft or this career, for our culture, like, it doesn't make sense to most of our parents, so I would say when they tell you that you can't do it or it's not possible, most of the time it's not coming from a bad place. They just don't see it as a possibility for you, and they care about you and they want the best for you. But if you believe deep down in your heart that this is something you want to do and this is something you can excel at, then you have to go after it.
Right.
You understand? Because I think one of the worst things in life, or one of the most poisonous feelings in life, is regret. You understand? So you don't want to live your life and then 20 years later be like, oh, maybe I should have. Fuck all that. Do it now. There are going to be people that are going to say, oh, you're making a mistake and all of that, but just keep going. Keep pressing on. And then the people that doubted you or they laughed at you, they'll come and disguise their apology as congratulations. That was hard.
That felt like a rule.
Yeah.
That felt like a movie rule right there, bro. Thank you so much for coming around.
Thank you for having me, man.
Stefan's my guy from time, bro. He's my brother, actually, if I should say. We just don't look too much alike. But it's there.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for flying in and just making sure you come on the GoatTalk.
Yeah.
Definitely going to have you again.
Yeah.
After the role we were talking about.
Yeah.
Definitely going to have you again on this to discuss maybe the business side of, the ideas on how we as a community in Ghana can build something like that.
But I want to take a moment and shout out Albert Owusu, bro. Like, the production for this, the content he's pushing out. Listen, he didn't reach out to me. I reached out to him. I was like, bro, please let me come and talk on this show. So shout out to you, bro. You're doing amazing.
I appreciate the love, bro.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. Go talk to the motherfucking Riyasa, yo. We in the building.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for having me.
So it's done. I mean, that's it.
Right,
Thank you, bro.